What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This, once again, is Scott Porter back for day number 5 of our brand new HeroClix unboxing series for the new Marvel set, Smash and Destroy. And when I first dove into this set, I expected a ton of Hulk all the time. Hulk. But it is so much more than that. It really is spanning so many different storylines in the Marvel Universe. We've got new Warriors, we've got Damage Control, we've got the Wrecking Crew, we've got Asgard, we've got Captain America's Hotline Bling. I mean, we have got so much stuff going on in this set, and I am so excited to continue and ultimately finish today. It's a little bit heartbreaking. But that being said, this bittersweet ending is going to be very, very cool. We pulled 3 super rares, no primes, but one thing we did learn, A, B used to be designated just for primes, not in this set. In this set, we've got an A through F plus on Absorbing Man. We've got A, B, and C for a Taskmaster. We've got A, B, and C being used for multiple members of the same team with the Wrecking Crew. So we got really creative with the set list on this. They have given us so many commons. If I'm being honest, like, I don't even know if I'm going to get all of them in this unboxing. And it's usually like when you get a brick, how many sets of, commons can you get? How many sets, of uncommons will you end up with, or how many extras? In this set, I don't even know if I'm going to get all the commons and uncommons because there are just so many of them. So the low rarity levels definitely are filled out with a lot more options as far as dials go, even if they're not individual line items in a set. So I am so excited for this set. It comes out in May, towards the end of May. Of course, the pre-release happens on the earlier side of May, but we don't have dates yet because we are just opening this thing so early. I'm opening it now in March for you guys. So yeah, let's get to cracking and just finish this thing strong. Today, we're going to open 2 boosters. We're also going to unveil which figures got legacy carded in this set. I can tell you there are 10 older figures that are getting legacy cards in this set. All right. Oh, we got a chase. We got a chase. Looks like a chase, so I'm going to put that one away. And we're going to open this other booster instead. Act like this is the only booster that I've opened today, huh? How about that? So, here we go. Nothing to see here, not until later, but we did get a chase. Very excited about that. Okay, all right. In this booster, we have some bubble wrap. That's always an interesting thing. My jammed finger can open it. Oh, yes, we have Quicksand, who is on the outside of the box, and man, is she huge. Look at that. That's awesome. It's like an old, like, Roman-style bust, like a sculpture. That is cool. We've got a Kraven, another one with the long hair. I'm pretty sure it's just the same one that we saw yesterday, but I'll check the number just to make sure. We do have another new figure in Debris. And another one here, and somebody I called out actually earlier, I'm super excited to see, Toad. Toad ties into this set a couple of different ways, actually, so really cool to see him in here. He's got the Brotherhood aspect as well as the Spider-Man Hunted aspect, so really cool. And then we've got Hawkeye, who we have already seen as well. Okay, let's pull these guys back. I think that gives us 3 figures to look at with this booster before we move on to the chase booster that we did ultimately end up getting. All right, so Kraven is 8B, who we saw yesterday. Hawkeye we have already seen. So let's start with Toad. Did not have Brotherhood members on my bingo card for Smash and Destroy, but we got them. We got Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I'm willing to put money now that Magneto is hiding in this set somewhere. I know what's in the other booster from just looking at it a second ago, so we didn't get him. But Toad, one of his original Brotherhood Mutants, Exiles, and Brute. Set number 18, Terrible Toad King. Leap, climb, free. Place Toad in a square of different elevation within 4 squares and line of fire, and that is for free. Persistent Pest. Plasticity. Once per turn when an adjacent opposing character moves or is placed. After resolutions, you may place Toad adjacent to that character. Trying to get away from Toad? I don't think so. He's leaping with you. We've got 45 points here. 6 clicks. And on the back, you can see Brotherhood. So he's not amping up any of the other Brotherhood members like the Scarlet Witch or Quicksilver are, but still so cool to see Mr. Mortimer Toynbee in a set. The disgusting little Toad. Do you know what happens when a Toad gets struck by lightning? Same thing as everything else. It's one of the most memorable lines from a Marvel property. Tell me in the comments below who said that line. And bonus points if you tell me what movie it's from as well. I guess reverse that. Tell me the movie and then bonus points if you can tell me the character. Anyway, moving on. Oh, that made me laugh. That's a little something just for me. Okay, Debris is next. Debris was a member of the New Warriors who became a member of the Avengers Initiative, which we have seen ties to a lot in this set as well. Avengers, New Warriors, Celebrity, Soldier. You thought I was Terrax? Toughness, Power. Generate 2 debris markers into clear squares within range and line of fire. So more terrain manipulation here on the Smash and Destroy maps. Telekinetic Trash Tornado, Telekinesis, free. Choose up to 4 debris markers within range and line of fire, and for each marker chosen, deal an opposing character occupying or adjacent to that marker 1 damage. Set number 33 comes in at 35 points, has 4 range, and has that Telekinetic Trash Tornado all the way down her dial on the back. Avengers the Initiative, number 6, you can see, is the significant appearance. Now, Debris was a member of the New Warriors for a little bit of time. Right before Civil War, and you all might not know this, but the New Warriors were, and we've dealt with other heroes being broke in this set, but the New Warriors were kind of struggling as a superhero team, and they were approached to be basically be made into a reality television show. And that is how, the events of Civil War actually really started. They were being filmed when Nitro all hopped up on MGH that was given to him by the new CEO of Damage Control at the time. After he was hopped up on drugs and blew himself up, he killed almost all of the New Warriors, Speedball being one of the ones that lived. And assumed a secret identity afterwards, but also blew up a school. And that led to the Superhero Registration Act. You had these young, reckless teenagers making a reality show, and they killed a bunch of people because of the way they handled a very dangerous situation. Well, Debris was a part of the team before that, but she chose to step away because she did not like the things that were happening. After the dust settled, after the initiative began, she re-enlisted to be a hero, and she's kind of bounced around since then. Haven't seen Debris a ton. Have played an awful lot of her in Marvel Snap, though. Okay, Quicksand is next up on our dial spinner here. And look at this, man. Look at this sculpt. How cool is that? You don't even know that that's a HeroClix, really. Just looks like a little sculpture, a little statue, kind of like Medusa-esque a little bit, but it's just all sand. So cool. Quicksand, Thunderbolts, Brute, Monster. Set number 22. Almost, it's 9 clicks long, just like Zax and Primus and some of the other figures in this set. They're these big, brute, destructive characters. Really cool to see. Flurry, Unstoppables, Quicksand. Oh yeah, part of Juggernaut's Unstoppables book too. Flurry, other friendly characters with the Brute keyword can use Energy Shield. Deflection. I love all this brute propping up. That's pretty cool, all these brutes propping up the other brutes. Usually they fight alone, but they are here together working in unison. Reconstituted. Stop. Toughness. Regeneration is free, but only if Quicksand occupies a square with a debris marker. So another character that's utilizing terrain or debris that is out on the map of play. Very cool. If you look at the back here, you see Juggernaut. Juggernaut number 3 is a significant appearance. So, Quicksand. How was Quicksand made? Quicksand, I think she's Vietnamese, and so many of these characters have similar creations. Her origin is she was, I think it was a nuclear plant in Vietnam. She was trying to sabotage and ends up blowing up. She ends up becoming this like immortal sand monster that she is. And she's fought with the Femizons and a bunch of other, organizations over the years, mostly primarily as a bad guy, as a villain. That being said, in the modern day, she was one of the ones that was captured by Arnim Zola and was experimented on. She was actually imbued with more radioactive material that had like psionic stuff. She was basically mind controlled, but on a granular level by Arnim Zola and used for evil. Juggernaut ended up actually putting the Unstoppables together, freeing her and D-Cell and a few other characters, putting together his own team that their whole goal is to rescue people like that from the clutches of people like Arnim Zola and Primus and all of these. And the cool thing about it is the way that that the mind control link was broken was she was thought to be dead, but damage control actually gathered up all of her grains of sand, and then they wiped the radioactive material from each of them granularly, and she reconstituted herself in her right state of mind and is now a hero or somebody that's a former villain trying to go straight with Juggernaut. So again, a tie back to damage control. Pretty cool how that happens. Yeah, the Juggernaut story, is it one of my favorite books? No, there are so many other books I would recommend you read after seeing what's in this set. But if you like the big lug, you got to go check it out. And he's on the outside of the box, so he's going to be a part of the set. I mean, Kane Marco has tried to go good so many times. It's like, where are we going with this guy? Where are we going with good old Jugs? But, that's a unique story. And I like the ability of him to say, I'm going to break into these holding places. I'm going to break into these prisons that are supposed to be impenetrable, and I'm going to get the people out. I'm going to extract them. That's a very cool thing for him to do. Another tie to damage control, though. I'm telling you, they plumbed the depths of damage control in the biggest way possible. It's so fun. All right. Oh, I already opened this one. Here we go. Last but not least, final booster. Whew. All right. We have some figures we've already seen in here. We've got a damage control worker. I've got another Toad. We've got another Primus who, I said already, is so creepy. I wish they would have had an A and B, though, with Primus and with Doughboy. I would love to have a HeroClix just named Doughboy. That would be so fun. That being said, we did get a new version of a character we already got. This is an Absorbing Man, but he's all orange. I'm guessing that's maybe, I don't know, fire or some metal of some kind. And then we've got our Chase. And this guy, so I've been talking about a Hulk on the top of the boosters. Well, guess what? I guess we should start looking at the tops of the boosters for a new Chase clues, because this is a Chase. This is Hulk just crashing through a brick wall. The only thing missing is the Abomination underneath him. As you can see on the wall behind me, the image. So pretty darn cool. Look at that. The bricks are flying everywhere. He's like leaping through the wall. Same kind of thing with the Chase figure here. Can't wait to show you guys a closer up look of him. That is our Chase. I want to see what they did with the Chase Hulk too. How powerful is this guy going to be? It's going to be insane. So it doesn't look like Titan Hulk. Doesn't look like Starship Hulk. Doesn't look like the one at the end of the Al Ewing run on Hulk, where he had like red coursing veins and he had reached his full rage potential. No, this seems like just like a good guy Hulk busting through the walls, but we'll have to see here in a second. So 2 figures to take a look at. And remember, stick around after we look at this Chase figure, because Legacy card is the last thing we have to do. I got to see which one I get, and then I'll show you the figures that are going to be Legacy carded in this set. Thank you to WizKids for sharing that information with me to get to you guys ahead of time so you can make the proper preparations for when the set releases. Okay. All right, let's look at this Absorbing Man really quickly. This Absorbing Man is set number 7D. Alpha Flight, Hulkbusters, Masters of Evil, Brute, and Mystical. Absorbing Man, Fire. That's the thing. He doesn't absorb just physical things. He can absorb, I know water's a physical thing and fire's but I mean, literally turning himself into fire. It's not just metals and woods and brick. Absorbing Man, Fire. Sideline active. When a friendly character with an Absorbing Man trait is hit by a character that can use Energy Explosion, Poison, or Ranged Combat Expert, after resolutions, you may replace that character with Absorbing Man. When a friendly character with an Absorbing Man trait is hit by. So this one is really in your opponent's control. They get to choose if you will ever flip into this guy, and that's an interesting thing. Flaming Form, Super Senses. When Absorbing Man uses it and succeeds, after resolutions, deal 2 damage to the attacker. So very cool. Not only are you going to miss, but you're going to get burned in the attempt to hit him. 2 damage to the attacker. So on the back, you can see Masters of Evil. You can see Dazzler, number 18, as this particular appearance. So what other forms can we expect of Absorbing Man? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below if you're a big Absorbing Man fan. I mean, what can we see? I mean, metal, of course, is always like a big one. Now, what kind of metal is it? Has he turned into adamantium before? Are we going to get like an adamantium Absorbing Man? Are we going to get Uru, the Uru metal Absorbing Man, which I know for a fact has happened in the books? Is it brick? Is it, I mean, what else? I don't know. Like some type of gem, crystal, diamond. Like, I mean, he can turn into so many different things. I think radiation probably is going to be one. The gamma radiation version of him that happened in Al Ewing's run on Immortal Hulk was really, really cool. So lots of different versions of him. What else is he going to turn into? Really, really cool. Okay, here we go, ladies and gents. And this guy is massive, dude. So cool. Look at him breaking through that wall. I mean, the whole wall is there coming down. That's pretty darn cool. I mean, that guy just looks, that is a Hulk, like 100%. Set number 42, Defenders, Brute, Monster, Scientist. Boundless Gamma Might. Free. Choose 2. Hulk can use the chosen effects until your next turn. Hulk takes a maximum of 2 damage from attacks. Cosmic Energy, Team Ability. Free, make a close attack. Or free, heal Hulk 1 click. You get to choose 2 of those each turn. Wow. I mean, I think I'm taking the team ability to avoid the outwit for the most part for Cosmic Energy and granting myself willpower. But let's see what the rest of his special abilities are before we jump to conclusions on what we would choose from Boundless Gamma Might. All right, Bursting Through is another trait on the back. Once per turn, when Hulk destroys blocking terrain after resolutions, he may deal 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character that was adjacent to that blocking terrain when it was destroyed. Wow, okay. Penetrating damage. Next to, so everybody just avoid the walls, avoid the blocking terrain, get out of here. And then leaping into the fray is a special movement power charge, but don't have the speed. It says Hulk number 1, 2021. I think that's the beginning of Kate's run. But this doesn't really feel like that Hulk, so to speak, not the beginning of Starship Hulk, right? So let's go to the front page here. Again, the front of the card. Man, I'm definitely choosing Cosmic Energy to keep that full dial charge from getting outwitted. And then, I mean, the rest of them you rotate in, right? You can take a max of 2 damage, you heal yourself a click, but make a free close attack. That's also great, man. Once you charge in, utilizing that, I mean, you can choose both of those. That's awesome. So, yeah, boom. There you go. That is our Chase Hulk. And that is the end of all the figures that we get to open today. It's always so bittersweet when we come to the end of this. Who else do you think is going to be Chase figures? All right, we know Thor's on the back. Hulk is here. Are we guessing like main Avengers characters? in big, like, destructive set pieces. Like the Thor on the back has like this huge lightning strikes coming down around him. I could imagine Iron Man, Captain America. I don't know who else though. Who else would get a chase from the Avengers? That would be this like kind of like, I mean, Cap doesn't even really feel like the Destroy to me. Like I feel like it's more like Thor, I mean, has been in Ragnarok, has been in big destructive, like huge battles and stuff like that. So what else? Who else do you think could be a chase in the set? Tell me in the comments down below. All right, here, we've hit the last phase. In and up. I tell my wife every time I get done with one of these unboxing days, I feel like I took the SATs. My brain is so jelly from trying to remember all this stuff. But I'm built for this, baby. I'm built for this. All right, let's see. Our legacy card, we have somebody I did not expect at all to get a legacy card here, especially because we just had Spider-Verse, but this is Spider-Man. Now, I do have the figures. Give me which ones I should bring. So here we go. It's Spider-Man. It's Miles Morales, and he's from Spider-Man and Venom Absolute Carnage, and he's set number 18, and we can take a look at his card here. He's got Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man Family, and Ultimates keywords. I made it rain, sidestep, power. Once per game, all opposing characters within range and line of fire drop any held objects and unequip any equipped equipment. Okay, I understand. I understand why they're including him in here now. Dibs on the cool squat, leap climb, and stealth. If you look at the back of the card, he's got dice allergy, tragic, precision strike, safeguard, opposing, probability, control. Great. I mean, I can see why he's included in the set as far as like this power set here, for sure. Like using his shock power to get all equipment unequipped, all objects dropped, is a pretty big deal, actually, I think, in this particular set that has a good amount of cool equipment and stuff. But anyway, did not expect that particular Spider-Man to be a part of this set. That being said, let me share with you a couple of the other figures that we're going to have as legacy cards for this particular set. First up, we have Maestro. Okay, pull out my list here. I don't have these memorized. Maestro is from Secret Wars and is set number 28. Secret Wars Battle World, set number 28. Next up, we have Druid. Druid from Nick Fury and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., set number 34. That's set number 34, Druid from Nick Fury and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We have next The Leader. The Leader from the Mighty Thor set, set number 13A. Set number 13A for The Leader. Then we have Juggernaut. Boom! This Juggernaut is from Uncanny X-Men, and that is set number 30. Make sure you've got the brown suit, not the black suit Juggernaut. There are a couple of Juggernauts in that set. Oh, it's so weird. It feels like he's spinning the wrong way, that particular sculpt. Just look like he's spinning the wrong way. The next one that we're going to see is Green Scar from Mutations and Monsters. Mutations and Monster, Green Scar. I love this sculpt. Always have. That is Monsters and Mutations, or Mutations and Monsters, set number 33. There are a couple of figures here that I've actually never opened this one, but they made a limited edition figure. The Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk is actually going to be legacy carded here. And I've actually never opened mine, so I'm going to take a look at him. Maybe if you're newer to the game, I think this guy came out back in 2017, so we're talking 8 years ago now, all of a sudden. I mean, gosh, time flies. So I'm going to pull him out. and we'll take a look at just his sculpt. Oof. Gosh, this guy is awesome looking. Fits right in with Wheels of Vengeance with all the orange coloring and everything. So he's going to be the next Legacy carded figure. I had to dig deep to find this guy. I've actually never used him, so maybe I've got a reason to pull him out now and take a look at him. But yeah, Spirit of Vengeance, limited edition, Red Hulk, and he looks so freaking cool. I've never actually seen that sculpt before. That's awesome. There's 3 figures, unfortunately. For some reason, my Incredible Hulk set, gone. My Age of Ultron stuff, gone. The organized play stuff, gone. So let me tell you just the last 3 that you need. Age of Ultron, set number 32. That's Wonder Man. And that's such a cool inclusion on this set because one of the damage control stories that happens is they make a movie of damage control fighting against Kingpin, basically to get their company back and to become, you know, in good standing in the public's eye because he takes them over and he starts making a bunch of money. I think it was Acts of Vengeance that is the event that happens that he kind of causes and then makes a buttload of money on the other side of, and the public kind of finds out. So they make a movie of that whole story, and Wonder Man plays John Porter, one of the characters in the movie that I remember from Damage Control, and it's great because Marlon Brando plays Kingpin, which I thought was such a neat touch by Dwayne McDuffie when he cast the movie. The other 2 are from the Incredible Hulk set, and that's going to be Hercules and Red King. That's set number 26 and set number 44. So set number 26, set number 44, and that's Hercules and that's Red King. And unfortunately, I don't know where that set is. When I had water damage in my man cave, I packed everything up and I've unpacked everything and I've put it in my closet, actually remodeled the closet to specifically fit my HeroClix in. And there's just a couple of sets missing. They must be in a box somewhere else in the house. So, you know, the case of the lost Incredible Hulk set. Sorry, guys. But there you go. Those are all 10. There are 10 figures that are getting the Legacy card treatment in this set, Smash and Destroy. And ladies and gentlemen, players all around the world, that brings us to the end of our unboxing series. I'm so excited for what the rest of this set will hold. There are some characters that I'm almost sure are going to be in the set, but tell me in the comments below, who did I not unbox that you are just hoping beyond hope is in this set? I love the fact that damage control is so, like, the focal point, like in the middle, like the little, you know, all the spokes of the wheel of this set kind of come off of damage control out of all things. They have so many ties with different, I mean, we didn't even see really, we saw the Brotherhood mutants, but they have a whole arc where they go and they try to repair the Danger Room in the X-Mansion. Like all this kind of stuff that is so fun and so cool. And so the X-Men get involved with them there. So there are some figures that we haven't seen. I thought for sure Kingpin and Iron Man would be in this set, just because they both were co-owners of Damage Control at a certain point. I was also thinking we might see the rest of Gamma Flight, some of the other figures or characters from Gamma Flight. I know we have Titania on the outside of the box. So maybe a Doc Samson. It would be awesome if it's like Sasquatch Doc Samson, Walter Langowski, like the whole thing. But those are the figures or the characters that I'm kind of hoping for. But tell me in the comments below, who are you looking for? Oh, and Angela. Once we started seeing this Asgardian stuff and seeing, you know, the Desir and Brune, seeing Angela, a new version of Angela would be really cool. And if we're talking about somebody who is so destructive, I mean, she really fits the bill. Also tell me in the comments below, what was your favorite figure I pulled throughout the unboxing series? Man, I have so many that I really enjoy. I think sculpt-wise, I think Quicksand is so cool, but that Chase Hulk is awesome. But I gotta say my favorite piece that I pulled this week, probably for me, Tooth Gnasher. The way that they did the Goat Chariot kind of play cycle, the play loop, the way the mechanics work is so cool and so fun. Do I think it's meta? Probably not. You have the speed, you move in, you make an attack, you've got to have another, you know, couple of passengers, you've got to have another super rare, with them, but Tooth Grinder and Tooth Gnasher, if they're working together, I mean, I would just love to pull that off. And of course, who doesn't want to sit at a HeroClix table just screaming like the goat? So I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to Michael blow out Joe's ears in the back. But I give you guys full reign and your comic shops and gaming stores to scream like the goats whenever you play Tooth Gnasher. So I got to say that's probably my favorite. Tell me your favorites down below. I can't wait to read them all. And I do. I read all of your comments and I try to chat back and forth with you guys after every single unboxing series. I want to hear your feedback. I want to know what you loved, what you didn't love. I want to know what I can improve upon and how we can keep this thing going for the next dozen years. I want to be doing unboxings for HeroClix for 25 years. I mean, that's really, honestly, seriously what I would love to do. I can't wait for this set to get into your hands sometime in late May or early May for the pre-releases again. For the last time, we don't have the dates yet. We're so early. And I'm so excited that we get to do this with you guys, that we get to spoil so much of this together. I really feel like I'm sitting at a table at my favorite gaming store or comic shop on a Wednesday with you all when I get to do this. And it really just, it warms my soul. It really does. Anyway, remember also HeroClix for Huntingtons. Our initiative is year-round, but our big event comes up from May 14th through the 18th, so please join us in Huntsville, Alabama. Let's raise some money for an amazing cause for the Huntington's Disease Society of America. But, like I said, the initiative is year-round. If you can't make it down there, consider bidding this weekend on everything I opened in this unboxing. You can bid to win over at the Auxit Auctions app site, and just download Auxit, AUXXIT, and join the HeroClix Cafe, and I will be auctioning everything you see here off, and 100% of the proceeds go directly to HDSA. We've raised, like I said, up over almost $200,000 in our 5 years now of doing this initiative, and it's all because of amazing players, friends, family, and community members like yourselves. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Keep your eyes peeled this weekend or early next week for that auction to happen. Without further ado, that is the end of my Smash and Destroy unboxing. I know there are others to follow, so keep your eyes peeled to everybody else out there in the community who does such a brilliant job keeping this game alive and going and so much fun to play and just giving us so many fun people to play with. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure there's so much more information about this set coming your way. I hope you enjoyed what we were able to share here. Thank you to WizKids for allowing me to do this. Thank you to HyperRPG, and thank you so much again to all of you out there. I will see you in the next HeroClix unboxing series, but until I do, as always, may all of your rolls be critical hits.